Imagine this. You're one of the first humans to be on Earth. You look up to the sky and you wonder, do you know what these things are? You now do the most human thing. You invent a story. Maybe the stars are gods watching over you. Maybe they're spirits. Choose whatever story you like. These stories doesn't really explain the stars, but it gives them meaning and gives your life meaning too. This moment, exactly, the creation of meaning from chaos is the humanity's greatest invention. From the beginning of time, we're faced with a world full of randomness and uncertainty. The storms, the animals, predators, they did not care about us. The stars did not care about us. The universe was chaos. Instead of accepting that, we created belief systems to make sense of all of this. These belief systems, whether they're religions, philosophies, or ideologies, they didn't really just explain the world. They made sense of it. They shaped it. It created civilizations, started revolutions, and inspired progress. But they actually leads towards conflict and controlling over poor people. So the question is, why did we start by creating a meaning in the first place? How did a belief system created the world as we know it today? And what happens when we really understand that this meaning is something we actually created all along? Let's uncover the blueprint behind belief itself. For early humans, unpredictability was really terrifying. Our brains evolved to seek patterns and explanations because understanding the world meant survival. If we could predict the movement of the animals, we could hunt them. If we could understand the seasons, we can plant crops. Our belief system was not just explanations, it was about connection. Imagine a group of early humans sitting around fire, talking about the gods that falls the rain. That shared story unites them. It gives them a reason to cooperate, to work together. And this is not just a one thing. The invention of belief system is like planting a seed. Those seeds grow to become actual civilizations. So let me explain something briefly. The meaning of life. Let's say from the early days of these humans, we had a meaning. Some people had, some people don't. The people who had meaning, they started to control everybody who doesn't. The religious guy, the priest, the shaman wants to recruit you to follow his religion. The politics man wants you to follow his political campaign. Even the people of economy wants you to be a consumer and consume more. So that creates the majority of people, as I call them, slaves. Those slaves actually are slaves to plenty of things. They're slaves to money, they're slaves to sex, they're slaves to women. If you're a woman, you're a slave to men. So, in order to find your meaning in life, you'll need to get free of everything. And I mean everything. Even from the basic things like your choice of food, your choice of clothes. Everybody wants to wear the nicest suit, the nicest shirt, the nicest boots, the list just goes on. So how do these belief systems work? How did they stand for 1,000 years, shaping entire societies? Let's break it down. First, you need symbols. Whether it's a cross, a star, a crescent, a flag. Symbols makes abstract ideas tangible. They give people something to rally around, a focal point of belief. Second, you need stories. Stories are the ways that humans shaped the world, a story of a God who created the universe, stories of a hero who overcome all the wrongs in his life. These are not just entertaining, it's instructive. It teaches people how to live, what to value, and what to fear. Take the ancient Egyptians, for example. The story of Osiris and Iris is not just a myth, it's a framework to understanding life, death, and afterlife. It explained why the Nile flooded every year, why the sun rose, and why the pharaohs are divine authority. But there's one critical ingredient: the rituals. Stories and symbols doesn't on itself create its belief. Rituals make them real. When people gather to pray, sing, or sacrifice, they're not listening to a story, they're making it. Rituals turns ideas into actions. Now, these mathematics of belief didn't just create the ancient beliefs. They're with us until this day, and now we're gonna discover it. Most of us think that we moved beyond the belief systems. We're rational, scientific, and secular. But have we really left them behind? Look at technology. We don't worship the ancient gods anymore, but we treat some companies like they're divine. Companies like Apple and Tesla doesn't just sell products, they sell meaning to your life. What about ideologies, political movements, environmentalists? Even science itself can become a belief system. They have symbols, stories, and rituals. They unite people under a shared vision of the world. So, are these belief systems any different from what our ancestors have created? Or they're just updated version of that blueprint? Now we've uncovered the blueprint of belief. What do we do with it? How do we live in a world that we know the meaning of it is something we invented? First, we're gonna have to embrace it. Knowing that we invented that meaning doesn't really mean it's less valuable. If anything, it makes it more powerful. And that gives us the ability to choose what we believe in. But it also means that we need to question the system that we inherited. Are they serving us or we're serving them? The blueprint of belief. It's a tool from the past. The more we understand it, the more we can build a better future. The stars haven't changed since our ancestors first looked at them, but the stories that were told about them, they changed everything. Those stories gives us meaning, purpose, and a reason to keep going in this chaotic world. But now, we know the truth. We are the ones that created these stories, and that is not a weakness, that's a superpower. Because when it comes to meaning, the only limit is our imagination.